especially like this one right here. There we go. All right, see? Cool. All right, that's that one. Hey everybody. Should I say everyone? Saul Castaneda with Mcscgreenwheels in Chicago, and I'm here at home. And what we're doing here, we're just kind of going through this whole wiring because we're trying to thin out the fat. We're trying to really get rid of some of the stuff that we don't need and getting it ready for, to mending it together with our FOMOCO control pack for our Coyote setup. And basically what we're doing the tedious work of trying to figure out what it is that we need and what we don't need. Obviously, we won't be needing anything that goes underneath the hood because the control pack will be taking care of all of that. But at the same time, we want to make sure that we get everything separated and I don't cut away at something that I do need. So, getting through these wires, as you can tell, it's a really big spaghetti mess. We got it here in our basement, kind of all spread out here and kind of going through it. So as you saw right now, I just labeled my radio harness here. So these are going to be my cables to all my radio, my speakers, my powers and whatnot. So we're going to keep that because we will be installing a radio back in our 93 Ford Foxbody GT that we call Ssgt Reckless. The thing we're going to get rid of our SRS module. We don't need it. I know we're probably going to be running the stock steering wheel, but oh well, we don't plan on racing this car or completely have it on the streets at all times. So that's one of the reasons that we say we're going to thin out some of these components that we don't need. This is our cruise control box right here, or the module. And for those that are running a TKO 600 or a newer transmission or an aftermarket steering wheel, you're not going to use this. So one of the things that we say, cutting off the fat off this whole, wiring mess here, or spaghetti mess, this will probably be one of the things that we're going to eliminate from here. Get it out of here. We don't need it. We're not going to use it. So I'm not going to sit around and confuse myself with leaving a connector just dangling around underneath my dash. I'm not going to be happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and just follow it all the way through, right where it goes through, and just eliminate it. Even if it means I'm all the way up here, because at least I can get all the way up here right now. If it's underneath your car, good luck. Use of all this right here, and the reason that we're kind of like labeling it out and kind of putting it out in detail here is just, let's just say you get a roller, or you end up you get a roller with no wiring in there, and you go ahead and you buy a whole harness. Ain't nobody on the internet putting it out there. We've been looking, we've been trying to see, we've been trying to get help from everywhere we can. I'm just trying to make this as a neat a job as possible, and we're trying to cut away a lot of this stuff that we don't need. So what we're doing right now, we're just kind of labeling things out for you. If you do pick up just a whole harness for any of your, if you just have a roller but you need the light harness for your seats, for your doors, for your interior lights and all that stuff, we're just kind of like putting it out there, labeling it so you guys can have an idea. So when you do lay it out, it's not that, how can I put it? You're not blown away by it by saying, wait, this is so many wires. So we're just trying to cut away from the things, make it easier for everyone to understand what it is that we want to cut away at, that you don't need, and you will be needing. And that's why we have this guy kind of all spread out here, and we've been going through the labeling. As far as some of the things, like, we won't be needing anything that goes under the hood. One of the things that we will not be needing is like this particular box right here. This is our cruise control module. And for some of you that are going out there with a TKO 600 or even a newer transmission, changing all that, you're not going to use any of that. You're not going to use any of that for if you change up your steering wheel. So guess what? This is just dead weight. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of, like, we're going to go with our brand new Dakota Digital. So guess what? I'm not going to need any of this, because this is to our old dashboard. You know what I mean? They're old clocks. We really won't be needing any of this. So it's just going to be more space.
And what is that?
These are what it is basically is just the connectors to the clocks. So our odometer, our RPMs, everything that reads our heat and oil pressure. This is your wiring right here. This goes directly to the dashboard and to the back of it. 3 connectors right here. We're not going to use these, but we may use some power from these. So I'm just kind of labeling for myself. So when I hit my on demand and I start breaking this down wire by wire, and then I start comparing it to my control pack and for my Ford setup, then I can know, okay, I don't need this, but I need this power and I need this ground. So that's kind of why we're doing this. We're trying to give everybody a little bit of peace of mind that don't get too scared. And just because it really isn't out there. No one's really giving anybody the explanation. Oh, this is what this is what that is. And like most of us that are doing this for the first time, you kind of run into some pitfalls, and it holds you back. So let's see if we can get past it. And see, like this right here is our horn relay. You know, we will be needing this, so you know we're gonna keep that guy. This is our door buzzer. If you guys could look at it, you know, it's just the guy that chimes when the door is open. We're gonna go ahead and keep that. A couple other things here. Let's see what we have here. We have our heater and our heater control cables here, so you guys can tell. So 3 cables right here going to the middle. We're going to be using the same control for our heater box. This is for our glove box, and right here we have our hazard switch, or should I say our flasher. But this one is for the trunk, and this one opens the trunk, and this one's just for the little light that kicks on your glove box. Moving along here, let's see what we got. So this is our blower motor power and our resistor. So these are important because we're gonna have a full functioning AC heat system as well too. So that's why I'm going through it as, you know, as detailed as we can, because like I said, there's some things that we will not be using and there's some things that we will, and I do not want to go ahead and clip something that we will need and kind of be scrambling later to get it back. So as you can tell, this is our heater box right here, guys. All right, so this is our heater core, and this is our these are our AC lines, and these are our heater core lines. We're going to be reinstalling this, but we're going to be taking out the old equipment from here. So our old heater core and our old evaporator are going to be coming out of here. This is our blower motor, so we're going to probably use this once we check if it's good. So as like I was saying, some of the things that we keep, some of these connectors. So very important is this one right here. So this is your connector that opens up your vents, you know, for your feet, for your vent ups, you know, for your face, you know, and stuff like that. So it runs on air. Very important to have this one because your control will have to have this. Here's our power, and like I said, you know, you might want to make sure that's it right there. And this is our resistor plug, which goes right there. So very important for you guys to keep these if you guys are running a full heated AC system car like we are. We're going to be doing that because we do want to use it as much as we can and take it on some trips to just show it off, maybe, who knows. But overall, that's why we're taking our time with this. Again, I don't want to rush to this and have to come back and redo the whole thing, you know. So kind of like, just gotta keep your mind, because it is a lot of wire. You know, there is a lot of wire here. So just keep your P's and Q's about it and don't get too frustrated. So once, like I said, we're gonna open this guy up. We're gonna make a video for that later. We're gonna remove the blower motor, check that if it's good. Definitely remove the evaporator and the condenser, the heater core and the evaporator out of here. Get those out and get the new ones in there. So stay tuned for those videos coming up. So moving along over here, like, we're actually going to use our original fuse box here that we have. And again, I'd like to keep this build kind of clean. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and see if I can pick off some of these wires that I don't need to get them off completely and eliminate them and or use them with the newer equipment that we're getting in. As you guys know, this is our brake switch. We will be needing this. We're running a TKO 600 in our 93 GT. So we will be needing this guy, especially to make the control pack work. I was reading up on that. And then this guy right here, there you go, little defroster guy. So our hatch does have the defroster in the rear, so we will be needing this one too, along with right here, what we got here. So you guys know we took apart this whole car. You know, doors and trunk are probably the only thing original on it. From roof to frame rails to floor, from front to back, it's all brand new. So hence why we have all this out here. But with this guy, this is our trunk hatch wiring, you know, and it's because it ties into the trunk hatch on 2 places right there. So yeah, you want to keep these separate because we will be using these again. We will. As you guys know, this is one controls the high mount stoplight, and then the other one right here, the singular one right here, belongs to the defrost. So just got to make sure you keep your wiring, and what we're going to do, we're going to clean it up and make sure we get rid of some of these fusible links, or if there's break in the wiring, we're going to go ahead and mend it back up and get it back up. So when we get the carpeting put on there, we no longer have to worry about anything getting shorted out or anything like that. Plus, it really helps us that we don't have a dash in there, because it gives us an opportunity to really put this wire where we want it. And like I said, we want to thin out a lot of this. Like if you could take a look at this, there's a lot. You know, there's a like I said, here's our steering column wiring. So everything from your ignition to your turn signal cams and whatnot is all in here. Hazards. So we got these separated. We will be using these, and we will be needing to tie into these for our new Coyote control pack as well too. So moving along, it is hard to keep track of all this because, like I said, it's just a lot of wire. And what we want to look out for is for stuff like this.
What is that?
Now this, fortunately, just happens to be the connectors to speakers. I'm assuming this is to the rear and to the doors. So somebody obviously took the liberty of burning it, or it burned, or they just destroyed it. But not a problem, because we'll be able to find this connector. I'm pretty sure LMR would have it, so I'm not too worried about this. So as long as I know where the wiring goes, I can follow this and get it done right. But this is the kind of thing that I want to stay away from. If I can fix all of this, I will, which I will, and then we'll run it properly for our new audio and our new speakers that are coming in there. Coming to the back, let's see, so you guys can tell, this guy right here, he strikes me to be for my fuel pump. These are all my fuel pump components right here. So we have new connectors coming from our fuel pump to these. So what we want to do as well to make sure that none of these are broken and they're all running wire. So we're going to do a little continuity test on them. Let's go to the back over here. We have right here, this guy right here belongs to our plates. Now, we picked up the new little plastics right here. Of course, from LMR, we got those. And I mean, if you want to change that up, but this is old, you know. So we're going to go ahead and just clean this bad boy up, because we're going to end up needing this as well. One of the more important things as well that we're going to do, we're going to keep the inertia switch right here. This bad boy right here is needed for when you're installing the power pack, because this is going to have a constant power running to your fuel pump. So we need to bite into this green wire. Once we set them all in, you guys will see what we do. But we're trying to get, like I said, just clean all this up, make it look pretty, make it look usable, and you know, get some new connectors. Like this was still good, you know, but you know, fix it up a little bit, clean it up inside. You know, there's a broken one, and there's one here that's completely blown. So, you know, things like this is what we want to take care of. You know, while it's still out here, investigate this clip here to see if it's bad inside, and then we can go ahead and change it. That's most of our wiring setup that we want to take care of. We have 3 separate harnesses, and like I said, one runs to our trunk, one runs to the tail for our high mount, and then the other one, well, that's still a mystery, so I'm looking for that one. So we can actually make sure I get it and put it in. One of the other things, and when I get, you know, a little bit more help in here, we're going to go ahead and eliminate anything that's under the hood. We won't be needing any of that, because our control packs are going to take care of the rest. So that's our spiel here with our wiring. I want to thank everybody on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep subscribing. Leave us some comments. Give us some pointers. Please give us a like. Guys, next video coming up. 2 more down here. And if you know anyone that can benefit from this, or take some pointers, anybody else that's building a Foxbody, because we know that this information ain't really out there, point them in our direction. We will see you soon, guys.